Hey, what's up my people? This is IceRestrict12 and today we're going to talk about another amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card that just got announced for the upcoming set, Battle of Chaos. Now this set is poised to be an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh set, and the reason why is because it's introducing a lot of retrains from old favorites that a lot of casual players are going to appreciate, but it's also going to introduce some pretty competitive cards that are set to have an impact in the meta. Now the card that I want to talk about today is kind of a combination in a way between Sangan and Monster Reborn. Now with the rise of very powerful dark attribute boss monsters such as Red Eyes Dark Dragoon or Hero Phoenix Enforcer, or some old favorites like Dingirsu the Orcus of the Evening Star or Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon, this card is going to be able to take those monsters from your opponent's graveyard so that you can use them as your own. And with the Sangan-like effect, you're going to be able to add some very important key pieces of your strategy to your hand if this card was to be destroyed. So if you play dark attribute monsters, or even if you just play one of them, with the way the meta is shaping up to be, you definitely want to consider this card for your deck. So stick around, let's dive in and see what we can do with this card. Very well guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this card and see some of the applications that it can have. So the first thing I want to talk about is a little bit of the history of this card. This is a retrain of 2008's the Dark Charmer. It is part of the familiar and possessed archetype, and it's coming in the form of the Dark Charmer Umbral. Now, the first line of text reads as follows. It only needs 2 monsters, including a dark monster, so it's very generic. This card is always treated as a familiar possessed card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first effect reads, you can target one dark monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to a zone this card points to. So for instance, let's say you were able to get rid of a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, now you're going to be able to take control of that and use it as your own. Now the other thing is, with cards such as the upcoming Hero Phoenix Enforcer that special summons itself from the graveyard, you are going to be able to take control of that card before your opponent can special summon it once more. Now the second effect reads, if this link summon card is destroyed by battle or is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while in its owner's monster zone, you can add one dark monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. And this is exactly what I was referring to as far as that Sangan-like effect, where you are going to be able to get a monster from your deck that meets a certain attack or defense requirement. In the case of Sangan is the attack, in the case of this card is the defense. Now, a lot of the main starters of dark decks meet this requirement, so you're going to be able to add them straight into your hand. But the only thing is that unlike Sangan that activates when it's sent to the graveyard, this card does have to be destroyed by battle, meaning that either your opponent has to attack it or you just have to kamikaze this card into your opponent's monster so that you can gain that effect. So it is going to be a little bit more difficult to get this effect off, but your opponent will probably think twice before attacking this card, as he or she does not want to give you any hand advantage for the following turn. So in conclusion, what can we say about this card? Well, I think it's going to be definitely a competitive card. You're going to see it in a lot of decks, as it can also be used as an extender. So for instance, if you are going second and your opponent, already set up his or her board, what you can also do is you can start using this card to send some of the pieces that you want in the graveyard and get your strategy going. And not only that, but take control of another dark monster that your opponent already has on his or her graveyard, summon it to your side of the field, and continue with your plays. So it will be used as an extender, sending things to the graveyard, taking things from your opponent so that you can continue and build upon your board. But it can also be a mid-game card that is going to help you take control of some of those very strong, very problematic monsters your opponent may have in his or her graveyard. So for instance, I played the Eldritch Zombie strategy when I go to my competitive events, and I can tell you, if somebody was to bring this thing up and take my Doom King Battle Drop from the graveyard before it can be special summoned during the standby phase, I will be pretty pissed. So this card right here, guys, will definitely have an offensive impact, but it can also be treated as kind of an extender for your deck. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like my content, please go ahead and give me a like, subscribe. It means the world to me, guys. I really appreciate it when you take your a little bit of your day to watch my videos. It means the world to me. And let me know in the comment section, guys, how you're gonna use this card. Do you have any ideas, any applications that I didn't think of how you can make the best out of this card? And let me know in the comment section, guys. I'll be checking it out later, and I will see you in the next one.